What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest channel and podcast. If you have not subscribed yet, please do go ahead and hit that subscribe button and let's get into this conversation/reality chat. Now, we previously discussed Martell Holt from Love and Marriage Huntsville and how his side chick, and I guess now we'll say no longer side chick for the moment. Stay tuned because this seems to be like the soap opera that never ends. So it's more like a soap opera than a freaking reality show. And baby mother, Arionne Curry, better known as Coleslaw, how she put him on blast after he and shereewhitfield went public on social media doing a live video together in New York. shereewhitfield, she was in New York City for the filming of The Real Housewives of Atlanta's reunion episode, and now Arionne Curry is furious. So we talked about that, but here's what I wanted to talk about. And honestly, Martell, I cannot, and I've shared this before, I cannot stand him. And some people may say, well, if you can't stand him, then why are you talking about him? Well, it's like a train wreck. You can't help but see it, and you're going to talk about it. And this guy really is a train wreck, and he is disgusting. But I wanted to share my thoughts on this and get your thoughts because, again, a lot of people hate Arionne Curry. I despise her actions for sure. I don't know her, so I won't say that I hate her. I never even said I hate Martell, but I can't stand him. I can't stand him. So, but Arionne, even though she says she'll be 30 maybe in a year or two, I don't know exactly how old she is. I believe she's 28. We all know people who are up there in some years. 28 is not old, but it's not a teenager either. But we all know at least one person that is up there in some years, but they are extremely immature, male or female. And when we first started hearing about this person that Martell was going back and forth with, and even on one of the reunion episodes of Love and Marriage Huntsville, Carlos King said, I believe you were in love with her. I don't believe that. I didn't believe it when he said that then. But we pictured someone that was more mature. I believe most of us picture someone that was more mature. And so now I'm looking at Martell more as a predator than anything. And this is just my opinion. I'm not saying in terms of a predator, meaning like someone who has to register as a SEX offender because they were a predator in that way. But a predator is something that seeks out prey that they can overcome, that they know that they're stronger than, that they believe that they're quicker than, faster than, more mentally astute than. Martell is not the brightest bulb in the box, but Arionne, she has shown us a lot of her personality on these live videos as well for us to see that she really isn't all there either. Definitely not in terms of the maturity level, and even with some of the things that should be just common sense. Like when she was interviewed by Tasha K, and she said that she grew up in a two-parent household, but yet she didn't, because she wasn't really of the knowledge that a two-parent household means that you're growing up in the household with your mother and your father, whether they are married or not. But she didn't. She knew who her father was, but she didn't grow up in a household with her parents. Her mom and father were never together. It wasn't like they were married and got divorced and then, she just stayed with her mom. That never was the case. So when she said she grew up in a two-parent household and Tasha K was asking her about her mom and dad, just trying to elaborate more on what she said, it made a lot of us scratch our heads. So now that she has put him out there, put him on blast, and his response to her, which was just so cold, but not surprising because that's the type of person that he is, it made me start to think about this a little bit more. And I'm like, this dude really is a predator. I'm not saying that she doesn't bear any responsibility in what she has done, because she clearly was coming for Melody so much that it made people hate this girl woman. I don't even want to call her girl because, I mean, she's not a little girl, but the mentality is of a girl. Even the interactions that she has had, a lot of the things that she said on social media, and then with these screenshots of these emails that she has had back and forth with Martell, it just makes you look at it like, wow, this girl is really immature. And Martell knew exactly what he was doing. When he saw this person he said at a barbecue or whatever it was, he found someone, he found his prey, and he found someone that he could overcome. And that is why she continues to speak about him in a way where it's just about sex. Well, he ain't going anywhere because he was just at my house and in between my legs. Like, that does not mean anything. A dog is going to go for a bone. So I don't know why she ever thought that meant anything, but because of the mentality, she thinks that is something. And Martell knows that it's not anything. That's all he cared about. And he found someone that it's like, well, I could go back and forth with this person. It won't be like I'm just out here sleeping with any and everybody. And so when he emailed her and said, "You told me you grew up," shaking my head, "I feel so bad for you. My heart hurts. Best of luck." So cold. And she responded and said, "F you, Martell Holt. You made me like this. It took 2 seasons of the show of you discussing me every episode to make Melody famous, and she left you to even say something. I was so dumb. I hope your 3 daughters never run into a man like you." When I read that response to him, I was reading the response of someone who was prey to a predator, because I get it. She was an adult. She made the choices that she made. She made her bed and she has to lie in it. So she's going to reap the seeds that she's sown. That's just life. But I read the response of someone who was taken advantage of by a predator. And I said it back when she did that interview with Tasha K. And I said, I felt like he was the mastermind behind her responses to Tasha K for the most part. Not saying he had anything to do with her saying that she grew up in a 2-parent household, but her saying all of the negative things that she said about Melody, saying that Melody had an abortion. Like, what? What other woman, if you want to call it a mistress or a side piece or a sideline hoe or whatever, says what the wife has done with her own personal body, whether it's true or not? Like, why was she even going there? I felt that was information that Martell told her, whether it was true or not, because we know Martell lies a lot. And whether she did, that's no one's business. And so for her to go out there and say that, I felt that was extremely disrespectful, but I felt like she said it because Martell compelled her to do it, as well as her saying the things that she said about the other men and how they were constantly cheating on their women with other women and how she was witness to it. I felt that even if that were the case and those things did happen, it was Martell's way of getting that information out there without him being the person to say it. Because when he initially said it on the show to Marceau, saying, you and your 20 girlfriends, he could never get away from that. And it made Marceau upset. Could have been true, could have been not true. We don't know. But Martell is the type that will, it's like, if I'm going down in flames, everybody is going to get a lighter lit up to them as well. And you're going up in smoke too. That's the type of person that Martell is. He just uses people and abuses them from the actions that we have seen. He does not care about anyone but himself. He has shown himself to be a narcissist and a manipulator, but with this response and just all the things that we have seen and heard, this man appears to be a predator, and he does not deserve to be supported in any way, shape, or form, no matter what type of business venture or whatever he has coming out that he tries to put out there to market so that people can buy his stuff. I don't believe anyone should be supporting this person. I just don't. I've heard negative reviews about his wine. and, people complaining about them not getting the shipments. And I'm thinking, why did you even support anything that he's doing? You can support Melody or, even the show itself, because he's not the only one on it, if you feel like the kids need to be supported. But trust and believe, let's just be honest. Melody is the one that is the breadwinner that is taking care of those children, okay? Martell just pretty much is like a babysitter when he has the weeks of taking care of the children. And from him gallivanting around Atlanta and New York City with Sheree, when he has the kids, he's probably leaving them with his mom anyway. Those are just my thoughts. You can let me know yours in the comments section. But yeah, Martell Holt, he just comes across as a disgusting predator, and I don't see why anybody supports him in anything that he does. But like he said to Arionne, best of luck with you really seeing him for what he is, who he was, how he used you, and moving on for good from him, and just letting him be a father to his child. And that's it. And move on with your life. Repent. Make things right if possible. Not saying that you and Melody will ever be friends, because I'm sure that never will happen. But stay off of social media for a while, doing the live videos, and just do what you can to redeem your life and be a better mother and a better woman. But leave Martell alone, because he is just extremely disgusting. And like I saw on a movie years ago called Disappearing Acts, when Wesley Snipes was playing a deadbeat, and he was in a relationship with Sanaa Lathan. I don't remember what her character name was on the show. And Wesley Snipes was a deadbeat to the children that he had in a previous relationship, and heard that Sanaa Lathan was pregnant with their next child. She told Wesley Snipes to tell Sanaa Lathan that a big dick ain't worth all the stress. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Again, this is Beth, and I'm just being beautifully honest. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing.